All right, all right. Hey guys, welcome back to the Underground. We are back from vacation. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you've had a great time out there, gotten some well-needed rest, some R&R. I sure did. I appreciate everyone who was patient during these times. It took 2 weeks off just to clear my head and take a little long-needed rest, a little vacation. But we're back, and it's time to talk once again about some PlayStation VR and PlayStation 5 and dreams and PSVR 2 and so many things. But first, I want to thank you guys, all of you guys, everybody who participated in the recent giveaway, hitting 8,000 subscribers. Man, that means a lot to me, really. As a dude who just likes to share his passion, talk about everything PSVR. I've always wanted to support PSVR from day one, just because I wanted to make sure it had a fighting chance because I believe in it, and I know a lot of you do too. It's been an amazing 4 years, and I've learned a lot that I'm going to be taking into the next gen that I'm really excited about. Learned quite a lot. I finally say subscribe. So like the stream, subscribe and stuff. I'm not happy with it, but I can at least say it now. It does help. But man, we got some Zenith to talk about. We have so much to talk about. And this is Interactive Chat Volume 12. I see Blue Jew, the Underground Game Cat, Elite Name Squad in the house. Hello, Twitcher. GB Abbreves Game Cat. Hello, Gabriel 004. Good to see all of you. Kill Artists. What is up, guys? Emily Baxter, hashtag Cartoony Game Witch Kitten. Is it 2023 yet? I wish it was 2023, and we're going to actually talk about why 2023 is going to be awesome. Peter, the Underground Game Cat on parole. Good to see you, man. Glad. Sal, good to see you. Scott, Jessica, Mark Smith. All of you guys, love you guys. Thank you so much for jumping in so quick. Yeah. So we have a lot of news to break down, a lot of things to cover here. But first, once again, I want to thank my newest Patreon, Nick the Game Cat How. Thank you so much for joining the Underground Army. And thank you to everyone else who supports me on there. It still helps. I know I've got another job and stuff, but trust me, it still helps a lot and support the dream that I love to follow here. So, and also, appreciate everyone buying the merch, man. People have been loving. This is the latest one that everybody has been obsessed with. It seems $12. It's a pretty kick-ass shirt, if I don't say so myself. I finally got it in. Oh yeah. So you can go to the link in the description if you're interested. No profit for me. But anyways, enough of that housekeeping stuff. Let's go ahead and get to what we really want to talk about, which is the news. So first things first. Sony had their fiscal year meeting where they talk about the sales that they've had. They do this I think every May, and they've announced that there are 19.3 million PS5s that have been sold. Now, that is actually a little bit lower than what they were projecting. I think they were planning to sell about 20 million, and they had to fall short of that mark. Obviously, the supply chain issues still remain a problem, and I think we are I think we're really starting to see the effects of this right now. We're seeing games get delayed. It doesn't even take a global pandemic and supply chain issues and stuff, supply shortages for delays to happen, for things to complicate things. And so when you throw in something like that, yeah, it's going to be expected. Usually 2 years into a console life cycle, a console starts really hitting its stride, the games start flowing. We've been delayed. You have to look at it that way. I mean, everything is still in place. Everything is going well behind the scenes for the most part. But we have to be a little extra patient and understanding that this is a massive machine and there's a lot of cogs that make it move. And so it'll be nice though. It'll be nice when things get back to the a little bit more normalcy. Dan Kiefer, I do have merch and I do have beanies. Yes. I've actually, I don't have one nearby though. I've worked hard on tweaking them and making them look extra cool. But right now, like I said, everyone's loving the t-shirts. The hoodies are dope too. I can't wait. I'm going to be doing some giveaways on my Patreon, giveaways on there for, a lot of the different merch, just to give back to you guys and say thank you because I love you. Ball Powell, what's up, man? Of course, want to interact with all of you as much as possible. But yeah, so now they've said that, and I'm getting this info. This is from tweaktown.com. I've never heard of them, but I just happen to use them here, from Derek Strickland. And they say that Sony plans for a big PS5 sales blitz are still active. The company has announced that it expects to ship 18 million PlayStation 5 consoles through fiscal year 2022. That is from now until March 2023. So they are planning to sell another 18 million PlayStation 5 consoles by March of next year. And that is their strategy going forward. And Jim Ryan said, quote, "We're planning next year's PS5 availability to ensure fiscal year 2022 will represent the highest number of consoles that we've ever sold in PlayStation history." And they say our unit sales forecast for PS5 hardware is 18 million units, a number based on our current visibility into parts procurement. So they are thinking that, obviously there's still word that the supply chain issue is still happening, that there's still chip shortages, all sorts of things. But Sony are at least, they seem like they're still swinging for the fences here, going to be trying to do their best. And, maybe this is why we have this info about PSVR 2 going to be launching in Q1 2023. Maybe it's either things are going to be starting to be a little bit more available, or perhaps that's the longest they could wait. I mean, a lot of companies just sit there and can pretend like nothing's long for only so long. I mean, they've addressed that there are shortages and issues and struggles, but they got to keep investors happy. They got to keep customers happy. And obviously they're in super conservative mode right now. But I do think at some point something's got to give. They have to do something. And I'm hoping for that beginning, and maybe next month, within the next 2 months, I'd say we start seeing a big push for some announcements, some excitement. June used to be E3 season. Xbox has something planned. Sony has gotten conservative, but they are starting to, they're going to have to start bringing it soon. And I really think they will. I really hope that during this whole time, they are basically just gathering everything. And from what I've heard, they are gathering some surprises. So it'll be interesting to see what, what's still coming out this year, what is planned for next year. But all I can say is that next year sounds like a lot of people. Next year is primed and ready to be a really special year. And hopefully we kick it off with having our PlayStation VR 2s, because we need them. It has been too long. That being said, it is pretty funny. There it is right there. The sweet, sweet magical thing. Oh, I can taste it. It's so close. We've waited this long. We can wait a little bit longer, guys. I know it sucks. I don't like it either, but we're giving this the cards we've been dealt. And I think it's going to be worth it. It's a short wait, or no, a long wait for an even longer generation of awesome VR goodness. So, I think, like I said, typically a console takes about 2 years to really get going, and I think we've been delayed. I think PS5 is going to really hit its prime. It's going to take maybe 3-4 years instead of 2. But yeah, man, totally going to be worth the wait. That being said, I thought it was really funny. We had the I'm going to just touch base on this real quick. We had the top 10 PlayStation VR downloads of April 2022. This is for the US and EU or North America and Europe. And a couple notable things here that I just had to mention is that last year, I think only one game the entirety of last year managed to crack the top 10 anywhere. And that was Sniper Elite VR. And that has a famous IP name attached to it. And then it also went on sale for dirt cheap. Other than that, Fracked, Song in the Smoke, Arashi Castles of Sin, Winds and Leaves, all of these games were pretty damn good. None of them charted. So when we got the top 10 downloads of last month, I thought it was really I was really discouraged, or I was a little disheartened. I wanted to wait a little bit longer, but it was a little disheartening to see that there wasn't really much that is new that is charted this year. Zenith did pretty well the first and second month, and then kind of disappeared. But they had a hell of a launch. They were, it's widely known that they were super successful, and we've got some great news to share on them as well. But I love seeing Moss Book 2 chart pretty high here in both regions. And then I love seeing Wanderer finally starting to get a little redemption that it deserves, because that game, it does have a physical copy. This is digital only. But then, of course, Stride is now starting to gain momentum once again, which is really, really nice. And I actually have, I did my giveaway for Moss Book 2 and Wanderer. The Stride devs came through as well. So after the stream, guys, I've got 2 EU and 2 NA codes for Stride on PSVR. Thank you so much to Joyway. Just leave a comment after the stream down below, not in the live chat, but on the comments section after the video, if you want to enter for a random drawing to win a code for Stride. I freaking love this game. I'm a big gameplay guy, and I think it has amazing parkour mechanics. It's the best parkour game, hands down, and it has great gameplay. It's super fun. It's a nice fitness game, and they have big plans for Stride in the future as well. And I am very, very excited to see not only the story mode update, but the graphical overhaul and multiplayer. And so that's going to be awesome. So like I said, leave a comment after video, just any comment. Just make sure you leave your PSN, EU, and NA, and I'll pick at random Mark Smith. I don't choose favorites. I just do this random YouTube comment picker thing that's available. I would pick all of you if I can. I do love it, seeing when people I know win, though. It's always a wonderful feeling. Yeah, and then, of course, like Scott Jessica was mentioning, Wanderer did get an update as well. And yeah, that is pretty awesome that they are still supporting this game, and still making the final touches on it. And this is a game. There's so many games that I really hope to see alongside the launch of PlayStation VR 2. Yes, I want Gran Turismo 7. Yes, I want Resident Evil Village. I want all these, but I really, really want to see Stride PSVR 2, Moss Collection PSVR 2. Wanderer PSVR 2. It needs a PSVR 2 version. I want to see all of these get PSVR 2 versions and launch alongside the new peripheral, because it really, really deserves it. And these games, but long story short, I'm glad to see that these games are charting, even if it's a little delayed from their launches. It's amazing to see these games on the top 10 list. It is very, very awesome. That is really hard to do these days for a newer release to get on this top 10 chart. And like I said, hardly any games did the entirety of last year. So it's funny to me that games in 2022 on PSVR 1 are actually doing better than the last year, which is really, really cool. So some good news there. Happy to see it. You love to see it. I certainly do. But awesome stuff there, man. So now we have a couple games to talk about. The first one, so check this out. Our good buddy, Bad Robo, we know him as a big Dreams creator. He's made now I can't remember the name. He recently made an awesome Gremlins game. He made or not a game, a Gremlins like showcase thing. He's known in the Dreams community for making these stunning visual things. And there's like I'm trying to remember Thunderstorm in the Rainforest or something. I can't remember. I'm sure Blue Jewel remembers. She puts it on like on the TV like every single day. But Bad Robo is notorious for being one of the best Dreams creators, and he has a new surprise cooking that I am very, very excited about. Jungle in the Rain. Thank you so much, Blue Drew. I knew I could count on you for that one. Have I missed anyone? What is up, Nick Mulo? Good to see you guys, man. Appreciate you joining. Dan Kiefer and everybody. But he has a new game that I'm going to show right here, and it is some new trippy looking game that he is working on right now, and he's going to add VR support to it, and he's going to let me test run it pretty soon, so I can't wait to show it off to you guys. He'll probably make it public as well, I'd imagine. I don't really know just yet, but I know he's been extremely nice to me, and because he knows how much I love Dreams and how much I love his work, so he's let me do a little preview sometimes for some stuff. Last time was the Returnal thing, which I still owe him a video for. But yeah, this project he's working on, this is using a new flex system that they've added, and flex are basically the things that they use to create and sculpt in Dreams. And I've just been hearing him say over and over that how much the new flex look really good in VR. He said that this is some of the clearest, like best looking stuff in VR that he's played so far. So it's going to be it's kind of like a maze platformer kind of thing. And it's just trippy as shit. And yeah, I cannot wait to check out Bad Robo's creation. Yes, he said he likes to take his time on things. So yeah, it's still a couple days away, but once he gets this going, then we'll definitely be taking a look, because yeah, I love platformers and I love the look of this. It looks like a totally mind-bending thing. I bet you it looks incredible in VR. So looking forward to that. Now moving on. In other good news, I had done some videos kind of recently about Zenith. You know, when Zenith had this amazing launch, and you guys had a huge turnout. I met more game cats than I ever have in anything. And the closest thing is maybe Firewall, where my friends list just like exploded. And it was great to see so many of you support Zenith when it came out. And I know a lot of us put like 200 hours into it. We got kind of burnt out on it. And basically most of us, like hardcore players of Zenith, we've just been waiting for the next big updates. Well, we finally have a look at what the updates are going to bring. And that is, yes, Markio the Drifter Game Cat. That is the brand new Instance Dungeons, which is super, super awesome. So the way this works, now Zenith is an open world thing. And sorry if the screen on sorry if the screen is a little misaligned from where it's supposed to be, but I really tried to get the show together as fast as I could, and I didn't have time to make it look all perfect. But yeah, man. So there's new Instance Dungeons coming to Zenith, and basically the way that works for anyone who hasn't played MMOs before, World of Warcraft had these, and it's basically you're playing in the open world and everything. What up, Monk King? Green Hell. Yeah, we're gonna get to that in a minute. Basically open world game, but then you can kind of queue up, and there's multiplayer matchmaking now going to be added, and you'll be able to run these it sounds like they're pretty extensive dungeons. And if you can see, it looks like the first one that we see here is utilizing the Pirate Cove area, which is really good because that was a really cool area, but it was kind of underutilized. So really excited that they're using a lot from that. I do love the beachy islandy thing, and they're throwing in a lot of stuff here. There's a mix of puzzles. There's a mix of they went on record saying before that they want to make sure that when they add to this game that it's not just go into an instance dungeon with a group and you just beat up enemy after enemy after enemy. They're actually trying to get creative here and throw in some. They even mentioned like parkour, some platforming, some parkour, probably some flying stuff. Lots of different variety to it. And they're expecting they almost, the way they word it, they make it sound like there's actually going to be a lot to this update. It sounds like there could be new weapons, there could be new armor, new different things to try, new rewards for the game. So it'll be really interesting to see what else besides this dungeon, because it sounds like we know they have a bunch in the works. And like the Monk King says, they do have a new character in the works. It's the Cyber Samurai, or I think it's called, or something like that. Yeah, that's the, what is it? Cyber Assassin, Cyber Archer? I don't remember. But that is another character that they're going to be adding, a new class. That'll be really cool as well. This update, I think they said this instance dungeon update is going to be Cyber Ninja. Thank you, Mark Smith. It sounds like it's going to be available at the end of next month. So about a month and a half away, it seems like, that we're going to be getting this, and I'm super excited for it. I've been wanting, as I'm sure as many of you, are, we are just waiting for a reason to go back into Zenith, because we played the hell out of it. It's not like it was it's just, yeah, we 200 hours, I mean, for a launch foundation of a game is a lot for a game, and we did it so fast that we didn't really pace ourselves. And so, but that's how MMOs work. They start they start with a nice solid foundation, and then they expand. And when I talked to Andy from Ramen VR in the past, I told him, I was like, dude, look at what No Man's Sky is doing, because you were asking about or we were discussing their updates, and I told him, look, the best example you can have is No Man's Sky. And then somebody pointed out to me that's also the same thing that Minecraft does, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I don't play Minecraft really, but it makes perfect sense. And that model of updates where you release huge, significant updates like every few months, that is definitely the way to do it. Dan Keeper says, y'all rushed and left the rest of us behind. Man, yeah, we kind of did. I mean, there's still some people that need to get caught up. This is going to be mid-level dungeons and stuff, so we'll see what happens from there. But yeah, this is really, really looking forward to this. Excited about this, because I just need any reason to go back. All right, guys, and that, I believe, brings us to our headline of the show, which is a little game called Green Hell VR. Green Hell, which is also a Misfits song that was also covered by Metallica. And a good song, too. Green Hell VR is getting a PlayStation VR 2 release. They have signed a contract. I'm going to be using, this is stockwatch.pl. This was a link that was linked through El Roco on Reddit, that went through VR4 Player, that went through all sorts of hoops and whatever. But Green Hell VR is a survival adventure game that has like a campaign, another mode. I watched the VR Grid. Shout out to the VR Grid out there, Ryan over there. I watched his review of it to kind of get a spoiler-free kind of review on it. And I don't know how many survival fans are out there, but I can tell you, man, before VR, I was not the biggest fan of survival games, but man, since VR, since the Solus project, I have become a huge, huge fan of survival games. And then we got things, of course, like The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners. And then more recently, we got Song in the Smoke. And I am a huge, huge fan of these games. And this one seems to be it's got pretty great reviews so far on the Quest 2. And people seem to be loving it. They've seen a ton of success. And it's really nice to see the survival genre start to kind of come into its own. But essentially, this game is developed by Incuvo, who I want to say Incuvo was purchased by People Can Fly, which is another studio. So I don't know, but they mentioned VR when they were bought. So Don't mention the Solus project, says Twitcher. I know, man. I know. It sucks. I mean, I'm okay. I've played the Solus project. I own it. So, like, but I am upset that other people can't buy it. That is pretty crappy. I don't know. But it is a really cool game. This one is more like, it's similar to the Solus project in that you have to eat, drink, stay warm. You have to create shelters to fall asleep in. You have to avoid. I mean, there's all sorts of things that Ryan was talking about in his review. Like if you sleep in the mud, I think you get like worms or something. If you get in the water, you get leeches. I love mechanics like this because it does something that is not necessarily a physical gameplay element, but a mental gameplay element, which is like you have to think and strategize, and it kind of always keeps you guessing or thinking. It keeps you on your toes about what to do. And I love this mechanic. I love these mechanics in general. And this game supposedly has really, really deep ones where you're not only fighting against nature, but you're fighting against tribes and people and all sorts of things. So, and just your own well-being. And supposedly on PC, it looks gorgeous. So I'd imagine we'd be getting more so of a PC VR port. They talk about on the PC version, it's like this gorgeous, lush jungle, even stunning at times. So this will be really, really cool to get that version of it. And it'll be interesting to see how they utilize like the orbs and the adaptive triggers, haptic feedback. Shooting a bow is probably going to make you feel like the bowstrings. I like how they show the backpack there. There's like crafting stuff, making fires, all the good stuff that I like to see. I really, really like this. And then, of course, it follows a story. But from Stockwatch, they say Incuvo will release Green Hell VR to the PlayStation VR platform. The Catalyst studio has signed an annex to the contract concluded with Creepy Jar in 2020 regarding the Green Hell brand. The subject of the contract is the extension of the cooperation, the next edition of Green Hell VR, this time intended for the Sony PlayStation VR platform. Now, because it's so late in the PlayStation VR life cycle, I think I wouldn't. You have to imagine this is going to be coming to PlayStation VR 2. I mean, we could have some surprise announcements in the summer. Sony have done it to us before. With last year, we were not expecting anything, and then all of a sudden, it's like, hey, there's friggin' 20 games coming out this year. So we'll have to wait and see. But they say as part of the cooperation with Creepy Jar, the Catalyst studio successfully released Green Hell VR for the MetaQuest 2 platform in April this year. The VR adaptation of this survival hit, prepared by Incuvo, was warmly welcomed by users, reaching second place in a few days Oculus Store bestseller list. Soon after, on April 13th, 2022, the company announced that the sale of Green Hell VR Quest Edition covered the production cost of this title for this platform. Soon, Green Hell is also to be released in the PCVR edition on Steam. As part of the collaboration extension, Incuvo will be responsible for porting, releasing, and distributing Green Hell VR to PSVR, similar to the Meta Quest 2 and Steam platforms. The premiere of the game on the platform is planned by the end of 2023. So it being by the end of 2023, so we got a while to wait for this. But that might sound bad, but it's actually a good thing if you think about it, because it's meaning we're going to get more content. We're going to get more polish. We're going to get a more high-end version of the game, probably similar to the PC version. And who knows, it could maybe come out sooner than the end of 2023. But this is definitely going to be one of the first big games to look forward to from an indie dev that we have in 2023. While we still wait for Sony to make official announcements themselves. There's a lot of games that we suspect. There's a lot of games that we know. All sorts of things. We know tons of devs have PSVR 2 kits out in the wild. Actually, the Lo-Fi dev just tweeted about recently that he's received his PS5 and his dev kit, and that's pretty cool, man. I am definitely looking forward to, say what you want about the guy. I've certainly had my opinions on him, but when it comes down to it, if he is really for real and cares about his game that much and making a quality game, then I'll be really, really happy with it. But yeah, man, Green Hell VR 2 confirmed for PlayStation VR 2 through contracts and stuff. So that is a game that I am really, really excited to get to, and everything. But man, so yeah, that wraps it up for today's news, man. It is good to be back again. Thank you for all you guys who continue to support all the time. And while I was away on vacation, we're understanding and stuck around, but we're back now, baby. And yeah, might have some off-on weeks. I'll try to do my best to communicate. Might be a little sporadic for now until, the thing is, I don't want to waste everyone's time. So I want to come up here and talk about stuff when there's some awesome stuff to talk about and shoot the shit with you guys. But there's going to be maybe a time or two this month, maybe, where it's just things are super slow. And, in the meantime, just keep playing games, man. There's tons of stuff out there. Oh, I almost forgot. There is a PSN sale going on as well. Let me go ahead and pull this up. There's some recommendations from the PlayStation VR sale that I want to give you my biggest recommendations from here. What is up, DJ? Good to see you, man. Cerebral Frost, the Boop Cat. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Thank you guys for dropping in. Let's take a look at this sale real quick. By, of course, our good friend Duran Fan, who always posts these on, always goes and posts these on Reddit. And let me see if I can bring some stuff up here for you guys to make this. Bear with me just 2 seconds. I really didn't want to be too late, so I kind of rushed to make sure we could get this show out on time. But just hang out for 1 second, and we are going to, let's see here. This is from Duran Fan VR, who has gotten this list for us. Let's see, interactive chat. Let me bring it up on the screen here so you get a visual as well, and we'll take a look at it together because I like doing things together with you guys. All right, add the image, quick access. All right, here we go. So let's take a look at what we have here. I'm going to bring it up for you as well here. Might cover the chat for a second. Apologies for that, but we gotta take a look at this list and see. Let's look at the good stuff. So we have Arizona Sunshine Deluxe Edition for $11.24. Decent game. It's all right. I would probably wait for it to get a little cheaper. I don't know if it ever gets cheaper than this. I think it does. It's an okay game. I would say for this time, pass, because there's something else on the list that I would recommend. Blair Witch VR Deluxe Edition for $22.74. I would recommend this. This Blair Witch was one of the biggest surprises of last year. Was a fantastic game. It's VRAF. It's made by the developers who are making, or it was ported by. Is it ported by Incuvo? I think so, or Bloomberg. I can't remember now. I thought it was Incuvo, but they did a killer job with it. With Blair Witch VR, highly recommend. Bloody Zombies for $3.74. Yeah, it's all right. It's pretty solid. $3.74 is not bad. Not a bad price at all for the game, but it's like a 2D side-scrolling beat 'em up. Nick Mulo says, "No, I must see my stupid comments on the screen." They're not stupid, Nick. They're special. You're all special. He says it's super. Oh, Ball Pal said it's super blurry, and he said, "Never mind, that's me." Oh, that's great. What's happening, Aceville? Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming to hang out for a little bit, man. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna try to keep an eye on this list and the chat at the same time. We got this. I can do this. Emily Bax says cartoony POS. We've got Chess Ultra for $5.19. As much as I want to recommend this, I'm gonna say pass because it's just there is like one level or something that looks cool as shit. It's actually not as bad looking as I was expecting. I played this because who was it? Was it Looper the Game Cat? I think donated for me to get PlayStation Now, and it had this game as part of it. And I played it on a Saturday Night live stream. So go check out the Saturday Night live stream with Chess Ultra. But I'm going to say pass on this. Durasane for $9.99. All right, so this is a From Software game. If you like From Software, if you don't like, I love everything about this game except for one thing, and that is three things. Number one, it's not Bloodborne in VR. That's my number one complaint because that's what I would want from Software is a Souls-like game in VR. That's what I want. First and foremost. Secondly, it's got click turn and teleportation only, and it drives me nuts. I hate it so much. But that being said, Nick Mulo convinced me. He convinced me to finish the game, and I did really enjoy it overall. It also has a really easy platinum. It is a beautiful game. It has cool story and characters. It's good though. It's minus those things that drive me crazy. It is good. Firewall Zero Hour. You should already own this game. It's amazing, and yeah, it's great. Fracked Deluxe Edition for $19.24 with PlayStation Plus $17.49. Yeah, I mean, it's a 2-hour game. Don't listen to Nick. It's not 15 hours long. But it's a 2-hour game, which sucks. But other than that, it's a fun 2-hour game. So, and it's a really, really polished, amazing game. So, Nick, if you don't mind, get rid of the stupid spam bot for me, please. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Next, we've got Fruit Ninja VR Pass, Ghost Giant for $8.74. That's a good game. It's only like 4 hours long. It's puzzle. It's not really about the gameplay as much as it is the like the story. Especially it's got a really wonderful told story. It's a charming game. It's a good time. Hitman 3 7 Deadly Sins Collection, $14.99. I would recommend this if you have Hitman 3. I've played some of this DLC on the Saturday Night live streams because Looper likes to request it, and they're awesome, man. It's really fun. It's just more Hitman 3, and there's a couple different fun shakeups. It's actually really good. They mix up the gameplay a good bit. Endeavor One in the house tonight. What is up, guys? A wild game cat Shogun draws near. Oh yeah, I got your Haru. Look, I got your Haru right behind me, next to a and actually right in front of Haru is a check this out. This is something that one of the game cats sent me that is absolutely incredible. It is a living ship from No Man's Sky that they 3D printed and painted themselves, hand painted themselves, and it is absolutely incredible. And I just, man, you guys are so fucking sweet. I couldn't help but cuss because you are just that sweet. So, yeah, it's really, really incredible stuff, man. Thank you so much, and I love my Haru back there too. All right, so we got a couple more of these to get through real quick. Yes, man, they are the best Endeavor One. You guys, it's the best community ever, man. I'm so lucky to be a part of it. Horror Adventure VR. Nope. It sucks. Hustle Kings. Nope. Immortal Legacy, the Jade Cipher. Those of you who are Patreons to PSVR Without Parole, you might see a cool little episode of something special very, very soon with yours truly. And let me just say, you can maybe see my opinion on that game there. Layers of Fear VR. No, this was the bad port from Incuvo. Maybe it was just because it was a straight Quest port or something. I don't know, but I did not like Layers of Fear. It is garbage. The VR version, the actual game itself could be fine. Marvel's Iron Man VR Digital Deluxe Edition for $24.99. Now this is the thing. I would usually say yes, but it was just on sale for like $20 or less. So usually you can get a physical copy too. Get a little bit cheaper. It's worth it if you got the money. Sure. No Heroes Allowed VR is a cool strategy game made by Japan Studio, the makers of our Lord and Savior Astrobot. And yeah, it's a good game. It's not very like immersive. It's just a solid like 5-hour game that looks good and is fun. But I wouldn't say, and it's DualShock only. I wouldn't say it's like blow you away or anything, but it's solid. It's if you just like playing lots of good games, it should be one of those in your collection. We've got the DLC for Pinball FX VR 2. You got the Universal Classics Pinball Pack for $7.99. This is pretty dope. I really like the Back to the Future and the Jaws, and yeah, it's pretty cool, especially if you have some nostalgia. Same with the Walking Dead DLC table, $2.39. If you have Pinball FX VR 2, they're great games. And they're awesome. Rise of the Tomb Raider pass. It's just a little short thing. It's okay. Shooty Fruity. This, guys, is what I would be probably my number one recommendation from this particular sale is Shooty Fruity for $6.99. Makers of, or it's by End Dreams, makers of Fract, Phantom Covert Ops. Shooty Fruity is an amazing game. And now it's a bit challenging. It's a lot of rub your tummy, pat your head, and shoot stuff at the same time, and like having to do 20 things at once. It's a little stressful, but it's fun. It is really fun and challenging, and I actually think it's one of, if not End Dreams, one of their best titles ever, and it's really, really underappreciated, underrated, amazing. Space Explorer VR is a piece of crap. Space Junkies is good, but it's multiplayer only. The Assembly, I didn't really care for. The complete Super Hot bundle, no. Buy Super Hot by itself. Elder Scrolls Skyrim VR for $19.79, always a yes from me. Skyrim is absolutely incredible. Unless you have a base PS4, then I would say no. But other than that, I would always recommend Skyrim. It's amazing on a PS4 Pro. I think is probably the best you can play it on. And then the PS5 is good as well. It's best on the PS4 Pro. And then Exorcist Legion VR Complete Series with PlayStation Plus, it's $11.99. Sure, why not? The Walking Dead Onslaught Digital Edition, PlayStation Plus, $15.99. I'm gonna say pass. It's okay. It's just not that great. The problem with Walking Dead Onslaught is that it was designed for multiplayer and then had the multiplayer stripped out of it and then didn't really do anything to compensate for that. So it feels like a multiplayer game missing multiplayer. That's a problem. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, however, Tourist Edition is $19.99, and that is a must-have. Hopefully you got it while it was free. We got Chapter 2 coming later this year, possibly to PlayStation VR, but definitely possibly to PlayStation VR 2, one of the two. You want to be caught up to speed in here. It's got 2 packs of DLC that are really, really awesome, so you want to make sure you grab Walking Dead Saints and Sinners if you haven't already and play it. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It's one of, if not the best PlayStation VR game. I really think No Man's Sky and The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners and Astrobot and Firewall and Wipeout. Okay, there's a lot of really amazing PlayStation VR games, guys. There's a lot. Time Carnage is on $6.99. Nah, pass. Trackmania Turbo. Now, instead of buying Trackmania Turbo, you need to go watch my stream of, yes, Resident Evil 7 as well, Endeavor 1. I agree. It is definitely one of the best as well. Trackmania Turbo, instead of buying it, just go watch my stream from the last Saturday night live stream that I did it, and we had a lot of fun with that one. You got to see that. And then finally, that brings us to Until Dawn Rush of Blood for $5.99. And yeah, absolute must-have. If you have a PS5, it has some issues on it. So really, if you have a PS4 or PS4 Pro, that's what you need to get it on. But Rush of Blood is amazing, and the reason I bought a PSVR in the first place. And yeah, it's a must-own, especially if you like games like House of the Dead and yeah, I don't know, roller coasters and shit. It's amazing. Well, guys, that is it for this interactive chat volume 12. The all-seeing eye tracking is watching you as always. Guys, thank you so much. It's good to be back, and I hope to do this every single week. We'll see. I'm not sure. It depends on what's going on, so bear with me. Eventually it'll be an every week thing, but right now we're just take it easy. Just try and enjoy your life and play some VR games in the meantime. Play some PSVR. But guys, thank you so much for joining in. I'm having a blast over here. I've been playing lots of Beat Saber lately, and it's been a blast. Playing the new Synth Riders update. And yeah, I'm just hoping to get some more good games, some great updates. I'm going to jump back into Wanderer soon, and check out some new stuff. So, also be sure to follow me on Twitch, twitch.com/GodCannon with zeros instead of things. The link's in the description. I do some stuff on there. I streamed Beat Saber on there recently. Part of it's muted because it was copyright music, so at least I didn't get a strike on my YouTube channel. That's the handiness of having that. Plus, I might play some other stuff. Once House of the Dead remake gets move support, I will be streaming that on my Twitch channel as well. And I agree, Boozy, the new Beat Saber pack is great. It's a lot of fun. I like the new mechanics in it and everything. But good shit, guys. Thank you so much, man. I will likely see you again on Saturday night for Saturday Night Live streams. So you guys have a wonderful rest of the night. Love you guys. See you later soon.